the RA 7719. So this law encompasses all the organization, all of the guiding principles, practices, sanctions, and requirements for us to have a blood bank unit. We also have different local organizations that supports the blood bank, no, such as the Red Cross and the PBCC, and of course the NRL, or the National Reference Laboratory. So, ayan, we also have different categories of blood bank units. From the history, of course, we need to identify who actually had their first transfusion, no, by the history, and of course, the reasons why it actually failed. And of course, yung mga different ito, alleged successful human to human transfusion, and of course yung mga naimbento na mga anticoagulants to be used in a blood bag. What else? Tapos of course sino yung mga nakaimbento ng mga anti-sira, sino yung mga nakaimbento ng ating ABO blood group system, ganyan, De Castelo tsaka si Sterling. Ayan, and of course si Lance Steiner. Tapos ayan 'no, yung mga term na in-identify natin. Tapos, ano pa ba? Of course, yung development ng blood bank sa history natin, and the blood bank again actually started in the Philippines after the World War II, no? Pero yung blood bank, nag-umpisa yung kanyang purpose, or na-appreciate yung kanyang purpose after the Civil War. Then ayan, of course, the development of the anticoagulants to be used in different blood bags. You have to know that. You have to remember that. Tapos, of course, the diseases associated with blood transfusion, no? And what are the things that we could do to prevent bloodborne pathogens, no? For the recipient, history of blood bank in the Philippines. Tapos, the law, of course, same. The amendments that were mentioned. Tapos, of course, the ABO blood group system. So for the ABO blood group system, of course, you have to remember who actually founded it or discovered it, along with the RH, si Carlen Steiner yan. Yung forward and reverse grouping natin, no? So ito yung pinaka buod or summary ng ating quiz last time. So remember the reagents that were used, no? So if it's forward or reverse, ayan. So sa quiz natin, so if the agglutination was actually mentioned, kailangan yung sagot din natin is agglutination. Remember that for us to describe presence of weak subgroups or presence of unexpected antibodies, we rely on the rate of agglutination. So, sa example po natin sa quiz, meron din pong nakalagay na rates of agglutination. So, lahat po ng nagsagot sa table ng yes and no, or positive and negative sign lang po. So, those were considered as wrong answers. Pero instead of putting it all wrong, nag--5 na lang po ako sa total number of points kasi baka wala nang matira sa points, no, kapagka ano, kapagka yun, no. So, nung nagsagot naman tayo ng table, we did not actually answer yes and no. We actually based it on the agglutination. Just like just like what you had in your first row of example doon po sa quiz. Okay, then yan, theory of inheritance. Of course, yung mga codominants, recessives, yung mga chromosomes, locations ng mga chromosomes natin, the immunodominant sugars, no? So, marami ding hindi nakasagot nito ng tama sa examination. Though I said during the online that you need to memorize, still marami pa rin sa inyo ang hindi nag-memorize. So I'm not sure if you're taking it seriously or hindi talaga kinaya ng memory dahil maraming examination siguro that day, but kailangan niyo pong bumawi sa examination. Tapos of course, sa table natin sa quiz last time, um, there is also a question there or a table there, specifically for the age, 'no? So remember, 'di ba, lahat meron, pero yung may pinakamataas na concentration is yung O. So dapat lahat may agglutination po yun, 'no? Then, lectins, ayan. Sinabi ko din sa inyo na kabisaduhin 'to, pero marami din pong hindi nakasagot ng, tama sa quiz natin. So, ayan, malay mo lumabas ulit sa examination. Then, antibodies, ayan. So, kapagka ang ating antibodies are IgM in nature, 'yan, they reacts at room temperature or colder. So, you have to take note of these principles kung IgM or IgG ba in nature yung specific or unexpected antibodies, because if it is IgM, it can cause hemolysis, it can fix complement. So, if wrong ABO blood group is transfused, it will lead to death. So, but IgM in nature, since it can cause hemolysis, na-identify po kaagad natin yan. And we can only wash our specimens to prevent death, no, ng ating pasyente. But if it's IgG in nature, yung wrong blood group na yung tinutukoy natin, hindi na po siya mako-correct. Kasi nga wrong blood group, no? Our antibodies are IgG in nature. Ayan. Pero 'pag IgM, puwedeng it can be caused by other blood groups, weak subgroups, ganyan, or puwede ring presence of bacteria, viruses, or infection, ganyan. So, ayan. So, yung guiding principles natin in identifying the unexpected antibodies, it's very important because in your examination, there will be cases wherein you need to analyze if the the situation can still be resolved or not, no? So, of course, yung slide direct method, ganyan. There is no question about procedures anymore, pero more of interpreting the results. Yan. So I hope ito nakabisado nyo na din at hindi na din kayo nalilito, kasi kapag nalilito pa rin po kayo, you have to study harder. Kasi quinis natin, pre-practicals natin, and you will still apply it on your examination. So you have to do it very well, no? And of course, no cheating. Baka mamaya magsulat kayo sa mga kamay ninyo, bawal po 'yon, no? Any forms of writings sa kamay, sa whatever parts of the body, bawal po 'yan. And you have to, let's say for example, mag-exam muna bago mag-quiz, gano'n. And of course, nobody is allowed to leave the examination room unless you are done. So, be ready, be well prepared for your exam. Ayan. So, ABO typing sira. There are some procedures that again requires us to use 1 drop or 2 drops. Again, it's okay as long as it is in proportion to refrain from having post zone or pro zone, excess antigens or excess antibodies. So kailangan po lagi silang pantay, nasa zone of equivalence sila. So, indirect method, so ito po yung gagawin natin sa midterm pa lang, but it could lead to detection of clinically insignificant cold antibodies. So, these are IgM in nature because they are considered to be insignificant. So, when we say insignificant, they can cause agglutination reaction, but they cannot cause death, no, sa ating pasyente. Ibig sabihin, they can be corrected. Ayan. So, by incubation, by sensitizing the cells, gano'n, para mawala. Then ayan, so degree of reactivity, 'yan. percentage of ating saline, and of course, the frequent washing. No, if there is a too much load of our red cell suspension, ganyan. Okay, so ito po yung mga example ng unexpected antibodies which we will tackle pagdating po ng midterm. So of course, yung ating potentiators, ayan, wag niyo pong kakalimutan kung kanino ginagamit ang bovine, kanino po ginagamit ang LISS at ano ang purpose ng ating PEG. Yan, AHG reagents. So kapagka nagkaroon na po ng agglutination sa AHG, ibig sabihin po ang ating sample na ay may anti-IgG and anti-complement. So ibig sabihin, hindi na po ito mako-correct. Ibig sabihin, incompatible na kaagad siya. Yan. So this one, reverse grouping, ito po ay kabaliktaran no, ng ating forward typing. So instead of using anti-sera, we are using known cells no, to identify presence of agglutination. Yan. Universal red cell donor, universal plasma receiver. So again, we only use this principle in emergency cases and we do not use this principle in routine or ordinary cases or situations. Then, ito na po yung secretor status. Ay, Doc. Secretor status, ayan. So, lahat po, di ba? Ito dapat po yung sagot sa quiz natin. ANH, BNH, and of course, the H, no? So, this one is presence of our RH, secretor genes, ganyan. So, ibig sabihin, hindi kasama dito yung Bombay kasi nga wala siyang H. Okay? So, I hope you also touch that sa inyong on-site, no? Umabot kayo ng discussion ng RH or kung hindi man, meron kayong discussion ng weekly, ganyan. So, to understand it further. Tapos, yan, presence of subgroups and their variants, no? Ano bang ibig sabihin kapag may weak A subgroups, no? So incomplete po yung manifestation ng group A sa kanilang genes, no? Partial lang po kaya nagkaroon sila ng weak subgroups. So ayan. So yung interpretations ng bawat isang weak subgroup, you have to know. You have to know, lalabas yan lahat sa examination. Yan. Then, ganun din sa weak subgroups. What do we do if we have actually recovered presence of weak subgroups? Yan. Ganito rin po, baka magkaroon din kayo ulit ng table, magkaroon ulit kayo ng interpretation, ganyan. And of course, si Bombay, yung missing antigens, ayan. So, pinagkaiba ng forward at saka reverse in Bombay and blood group O. Ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng partial, silent, at saka null? Yan, balikan nyo yan. Tapos, missing antibodies, pwedeng maraming reason, pwedeng age, pwedeng disease, ayan, pwedeng chimerism. Yan. So, yung mga definition po ng mga yan, kabisaduhin nyo na yan by heart kasi sa examination, hindi naman po itatanong yung definition yan. Bibigyan kayo ng case, then you will identify kung ano ang nangyari dun sa pasyente natin. Of course, yung discrepancies natin, tatandaan ninyo kung bakit nagkakaroon ng discrepancies. So, you have here the list. So, if you are going to memorize this one by heart, hindi naman po kayo mahihirapan. And this is the reason po kung bakit individual po yung ratings natin at saka yung practicals natin for you to memorize and do this by heart, yung mga failures na na-omit natin during practicals. So sana po hindi na siya maulit and of course sana na-correct na natin. No? So yung mga resolutions natin, kapag every time na magkakamali tayo, as worst as extracting new blood samples again, we should do if we must, no, kaysa magkamali po tayo. Ayan. So, we have here, aralin nyo po yung mga tables na nandito sa mga notes natin, no, so that you can practice, you can answer the examination faster or quicker, kasi baka maubos nyo po yung 2 oras, hindi pa kayo tapos sa examination, may quiz pa po kayo, ano, and there will be no extra time to be given for your examination or for your quiz. Yan, excess of antigens ba siya? Excess of antibodies? Why do we have this? What is the resolution? How can we resolve? Then, yan, group 1, 2, 3, and 4, of course. Yan. Okay. Then, what else? So, yung mga anticoagulants and their expiration days. Yan, preservation. Tapos yung mga ina-add nating mga additives, what is their specific components, no? On how can we prolong this additives, this blood composition din ng ating additives, of course. Tapos, yan. Anong mangyayari kapag hindi natin nasunod yung requirement, no? Temperature, pH, and of course the storage. You may copy, you may write, you may take a photo if you want. Wala, non-graded po ito, non-graded. So I'll give you 5 minutes for each question. Have here agglutination with anti-sera A of 2 plus. Then we do not have agglutination with anti-B. Tapos meron siyang agglutination sa A1 cells, meron ding agglutination sa B cells. First is, can we rule out that our patient is anti-A? Kasi may agglutination sa anti-A, strong din yung agglutination niya sa B. If we're going to analyze, yeah. So this A coincides with B. Tama. But ano yung issue natin dito? Yun pong ating rate of agglutination sa forward, which is only 2 plus. And a 2 plus always indicates presence of other blood groups, weak subgroups, or presence of unexpected antibodies. Plus, yung agglutination din na nakita natin dito with A1 cells. So, yung 2 plus at 1 plus coincide with each other also, that there is a presence of weak subgroups. So, what is the problem? What is the cause? And what is the resolution? So, the problem is weak forward with anti-A and plus 1 reaction with A1 cells. Kasi nga, whenever we want to see a true agglutination, it is always 4 plus or 3 plus. 4 plus or 3 plus palagi. Ito yung tama, no? And for the resolution, so we have to test patient cells with anti-A1 lectin. Lectin with A2 cells, and unexpected cold antibodies would be detected if the antibody screen would be identified. So, what is our resolution, no? Yan. What is our resolution? We have to test our patients with anti-A1 lectin. So, since pag magpa-positive siya, so ibig sabihin ang blood group ng ating patient is A1. Blood group A, subgroup A1. Yan. So, we have identified that using this A1 cells. Ayan. Kasi totoo namang A siya kasi may agglutination din sa B cells. Pero kapag may agglutination sa A1 cells, ibig sabihin presence of weak subgroup po yan. Okay? Tapos next problem, ito. Yung problem na ito ay walang agglutination sa A, walang agglutination sa B, wala ding agglutination sa A para mag-confirm sana na B siya, na B siya, correct? Tapos may agglutination sa B cells. Reverse 3 positive. So we acknowledge this agglutination. Pero wala naman siyang agglutination sa forward. So ano kaya ang problem nito? Let's hear from si Brittany. So, thank you. So, una nating clue dito is yung strong agglutination in B cells. So, kung sa B cells nagkaroon ng agglutination at 3 plus siya, so we acknowledge the blood group A ng ating pasyente. Kaya nga lang, wala siyang agglutination. So, that is our problem. So, patient appears as group A in reverse grouping. So, what is the reason kung bakit walang agglutination sa A? Presence of A subgroup. So, yung resolution natin is incubation time. Tapos, we use the polyclonal antibodies. So, ang presence of subgroups could give us no agglutination, 1 plus, 2 plus agglutination, or even mixed field. So, depende po yan kung anong klaseng subgroup. So, you need to study all of the subgroup, yung mga A3, AX, AEL, ganyan. Okay. So, sa problem number 3, ano yung problema natin dito, Desa? Ang dami naman.
Pero ma'am, yung pinakauna po is yung
Pinakauna?
yung weak A and B subgroups po.
Weak A and B. Sige, sagutan natin. Yan. So, tama ka. So, probably presence of weak subgroups na naman. Kasi nga, di ba, hindi tayo dapat nakakakita ng +1, +2 na agglutination. So, if the result was negative or O siya, adsorption or elution test should be done, no, to determine what kind of weak subgroup yung present. Okay, so pwede yan. Okay, tama. So, problem number 4. So, Harry Lee, ano kaya yung problema natin dito sa problem number 4 natin?
Problema din po is may mixed field reaction po yung dun sa anti-B po natin. Parang more than one blood group po. More than one blood group population po yung nangyari sa anti-B po natin. Yun po.
So, ano ang cause kaya? Yung cause ng mixed field, ang ibig mong sabihin ay more than one blood group. So, how do we resolve this problem?
Siguro po yung siguro po dun sa testing po natin, pwede po tayong mag-retest po if ever na nagkaroon po ng mixed field reaction po. Or sa naging problema po sa recent po niya na naging cross-matched or sa recent transfusion niya po.
Yan. So, yung problem natin dito, portions of it are correct, no, sa answer ng ating classmate. Tapos, we acknowledge here the presence of mixed field na. So, alam natin, di ba, yung sa table ng A tsaka B subgroups, pagka may mixed field presence nun, yung makikita natin or i-acknowledge natin. And since meron ding agglutination sa A1 cells, it is it strongly suggests that there is really a subgroup of B ng ating pasyente. So, the strength of anti-B is weaker than expected kasi nga plus 2 lang. No, so and the reverse indicates a group B individual strongly suggest kahit na may mixed field siya sa forward naman sa reverse naman kasi 3 plus, so we acknowledge that it is uh, type B, no, na pasyente. So group B, ano ang reasons nito? So group B individual transfused with group O cells, no? That's why we can see a mixed field reaction. So kaya po, as much as possible, we do not give other blood groups or other blood types if the situation is not in emergency, no, para po maiiwasan natin yung mga ganitong situations or mixed field situations. Kasi kung ako yung medtech, kung ako yung fake scientist, charot lang. Kung ako yung medtech, I will not pursue transfusion if there is a mixed field reaction. Ibig sabihin nun, there is a possibility na magkaroon ng transfusion reaction yung ating pasyente. And what is the resolution? No? We need to check the patient's history. Siya kaya ay nagkaroon ng transfusion before, nagkaroon ng bone marrow transplantation, pwede ring presence of chimerism. Bago magkaroon ng transfusion, no, kailangan nating malaman yung history ng ating patient. So, pwedeng presence of weak subgroups or pwede ring ang reasons natin dito ay galing sa transfusion or galing sa bone marrow transplantation. Disregarding po kung gaano nakatagal yun nangyari. So let's say for example, 3 years ago, ganyan, nasalinan siya ng emergency O negative or O positive kahit na B siya, ganyan. So it could still happen for the next transfusion. Okay, tapos last two problems. Ayan. Let's hear from
Strong ano po siya, reaction po siya sa anti-A and anti-B. Pero po sa B cells wala. Tapos sa A cells naman po weak po siya. So yung cause po parang ano po, weak B po siya. Tapos yung resolution naman po pwede po natin siyang i-complete testing po or another test po ulit.
yung agglutination natin dito sa forward, we acknowledge that kasi strong po yung kanyang agglutination, no? Kaya lang, nung nag-reverse grouping, it did not coincide, no, sa ating forward grouping na AB sana yung blood group. So that is our problem. So it looks like yung pasyente natin ay group A lang. Kasi sa B cells lang siya nagkaroon ng reaction noong nag-reverse grouping. So what is the possible cause? No? Allo antibodies, unexpected antibodies ito na tinatawag. No? So yung PMN and Lewis I or IH, these are the examples of unexpected antibodies. No? So pero generally speaking, we can just say that there is a presence of unexpected antibodies kasi nga hindi pa naman natin to nadidiscuss sa midterm pa. So, what is the resolution? So, we need to use check cells. No, we need to use check cells and bukod sa check cells, we need to use AHG. Yan, to identify presence. Yan. So, pwede tayong gumamit ng LISS, no, to identify strong agglutination. No? Pero kung nahihirapan, pwede naman nang umulit na lang din po ng pag-extract muna ng ating specimen. Okay, and for the last one, I will answer. Ayan. So, walang agglutination sa lahat. Meron kang sample, meron kang anti-sera, pero walang agglutination sa lahat. Walang forward, walang reverse. What is the problem? Missing antibody ng ating pasyente. So it could be age-related or weakened immune system. So we have to incubate our specimens, respin, and of course check for patient's history kasi baka nanggaling din siya sa stem cell transplantation or infusion po ng ating blood samples ng O pero hindi naman sila originally blood group O. Okay, so yun po, hindi ko na rin po isasagad yung time natin. So I hope you study well for your Thursday examination. And yun na, I'll see you in 2 weeks time.